top news headlines. Nagaland calls for crucial meet on Naga peace talks on October 15. Consultative interaction on framework agreement underway. India's COVID-19 case tally rises to 69.06 lakh, death toll at 1.06 lakh. And CEO PK Singh chairs all-party meeting ahead of November 7 by polls. A very good afternoon and welcome to Times of Manipur. You're watching the news today at 1 p.m. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI giving you the latest news updates. With Naga peace talks caught in deadlock, the Nagaland government has called for a consultative meeting with all the stakeholders on October 15. The state government has invited all the stakeholders for the crucial meeting to discuss the fate of the peace process, a government press release said. The meeting will be held at the State Banquet Hall, Chief Minister's residential complex in Kohima. The report said the Nefirio-led government has called for a consultative meeting of all stakeholders to discuss the Naga political issue and the ongoing peace talks between the Naga National Political Organization and the Government of India. All tribal Hohos, mass-based organizations, civil societies, church organizations, political parties, NGOs, prominent persons, etc. are being invited for the meeting. The state government is of the view that ceasefire and negotiations between the Naga political organizations and the Government of India has been going on for more than 2 decades, and the Naga people have been crying out for peace and political solution. The state government feels that the political issue needs to be addressed with utmost urgency by all sections of the people in order to facilitate the early achievement of peace with all seriousness, the statement added. A one-day consultative interaction on framework agreement is underway at the Congress Bhavan in Imphal. The program is organized by Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC. The framework agreement was signed between the Centre and NSC and IM on August 3, 2015. India today registered over 70,496 new COVID-19 cases, taking the tally to 69,06,152, and the death toll reached 1,06,490. The country recorded 971 deaths in the last 24 hours. A media report said, with over 75,000 people recovering from COVID-19 every day in India, the country's recoveries are 6.3 times more than active cases of coronavirus, according to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Maharashtra reported 13,395 new cases of coronavirus yesterday, and with that, the tally has now climbed to 14,93,884. Also, 358 people succumbed to the infection, taking the death toll due to corona 39,430 in Maharashtra. Meanwhile, the global tally of coronavirus cases stands at 3.67 crore, while 27.55 crore have recovered and 1,64,373 individuals have died so far. The US, the worst hit country, has 78,33,764 cases. The coronavirus case count in Manipur has reached 12,679 with 190 fresh cases in the past 24 hours. 3 persons from Thoubal, Imphal West and Kangpokpi districts succumbed to the disease in the past 24 hours, taking the death toll to 83. A release from COVID-19 Common Control Room said 115 COVID patients were discharged from various COVID care centers yesterday. The number of active cases is 2,877, while 9,719 patients have recovered so far in the state. Manipur Chief Electoral Officer CEO PK Singh today chaired an all-party meeting at the CEO Conference Hall, Lamphel to discuss the forthcoming by-election to 5 constituencies in the state stated for November 7th. The meeting discussed about the guidelines issued by Election Commission of India (ECI) on postal ballot and COVID-19 pandemic. Later, the CEO also held a meeting with all the deputy commissioners and returning officers to discuss the upcoming elections, besides the role of all superintendents of police of the poll-bound districts. Lilong, Wangzing, Tenta, Wangoi, Saitu and Singhat Assembly constituencies go to polls on November 7. Now we have a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Nang na medical ta masatpada ASEAN gina nang naktahang bala ini General Nursing and Midwifery GNM 3 years course 12 in arts or science stream in confused to become a part of one of the most respectable professional career of all time 12 and above duration 3 years 6 months BSc in Medical Radiology and Imaging Technology DMRI
Ultrasound MRI CT scan X-ray
BSc in Medical Laboratory Technology
BSc in Operation Theatre Technology.
Notice: applications and prescribed forms are invited for admission in MA first semester in English, Economics, Geography, Manipuri, Political Science, Education, Sociology, History and Philosophy in Dhanamanjuri College of Arts, Imphal, Dhanamanjuri University, Manipur for the academic session 2020-2021. E-prospectus along with the prescribed application form can be downloaded from www.dmcards.ac.in and university website www.dmu.ac.in from 9 October 2020. Application forms complete in all aspects should be submitted offline to the counter open at the office of DM College of Arts, Imphal from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. during all the working days from 10 October till 16 October 2020 along with 300 rupees. Date of issue of the admit card and details of the entrance examination can be had from the college notice board and the above websites. Notice issued by Dr. Chungkham Shilaramani, Principal, DM College of Arts, Imphal.
Sina pare tan badinate ko asengba aina pamba darkar oiba grocery items singda red delivery app sijanaraga order to biro loire chaningba restaurant gi food po ersu overpay to budilar dana pot khudingma discount pibaga loinana khudakte inakte yore isine red delivery for you.
Al Hayat, the best halal restaurant in Manipur. Miyam na pam na chanariba Al Hayat restaurant gi hauraba mathel khudingmak red delivery app ki khuthangda order to biraktuna yamna laina ahenba charges yaudana isa gi yumda thilaknabagi khudong chaba bijari. App si download tawduna app si gi khuthangda ngasima order tawbiyu. Chana thaknaba potlam sing khaktanatana imung amada nongmar changdraba yadraba grocery item kayamarum suna fanglaba app ni. Ngasimak download tawbiyu Red Delivery for you.
Miyam gi thogal gi damak thong hangsare miyam gi damak ahongba wai malda adom gi mathau taba apamba commercial vehicle amade machine sing wai binaba aikoi gi phone number 9615846446 ta call tawbiraktuna deeper haiva excavator JCB Poklen Volvo excavator hairiba sing asidage adom gi mathau taba apamba machine sing wai biba yaragani.
Now enjoy 20% extra on Kangla popcorn, Kangla Milky Balls and Kangla rings.
Kangla.
Welcome back. Manipur Assembly Speaker Yumnam Khemchan Singh today condoled the demise of Union Minister Ram Vilas Paswan. In a condolence message, Khemchan remembered Paswan as a great survivor in Indian politics who served in almost all central governments since 1989. The speaker expressed his heartfelt condolence and shared the grief of Paswan's family. A team of Thobal Commando Unit detained 2 persons along with SP capsules during an intensive frisking and checking at Kekman Horong Horongbam. The police have heightened security in view of the upcoming by-election to Lilong constituency. Muhammad Rasid Ali, aged 30 years, son of Muhammad Liaquat Ali of Lilong Turel Ahanbi Laumanga, and Muhammad Safiq Khan, aged 23 years, son of late Muhammad Anjob Ali of Lilong Kalaikong Ifam, were detained for possessing 5 boxes of SP capsules, the police said. The arrested along with the seized items has been handed over to Thobal police station for further necessary action. Staff of Kakching Khunau College today felicitated Education Minister Sorokhaibam Rajan at the college. Officials of the Education Department accompanied Rajan during the visit. During his visit to Kakching Khunau, Rajan also inspected the Kakching Khunau Government High School. However, the Education Minister was upset over the condition of the school. Rajan asserted that good infrastructure is the first main attraction of a school, followed by worthy teachers. MP Dr. R.K. Ranjan today launched a nutritional syrup food supplement during a simple function organized by TSI Oral Health and Cancer Charitable Foundation at the MP's residence in Imphal. The newly launched food supplement is registered with SES Dharma, an international company based in Spain. Tom TV Visnupur special correspondent Dr. Huidrom Roman and Poknapham correspondent LC Gopan today donated 2 ceiling fans to Apunbanupi Loop, Visnupur district. The fans were handed over to ANUL President L. Pramo and Vice President N. Bimola. L. Pramo thanked the 2 journalists for their kind deed.
Tom TV Roman Amadi Poknapham Aigi Icha Gopen. Hai ba makhoi singa sina aikhoi gi sarba nungsagi maisa sida kannabagi damakta haidana ima singi damakta ngasi aikhoi gi phen amamam pibi bese aikhoi gi thamoi da yam pen jai akhoi na moi da kar su tawang amdraga su makhoi na khoi gi di mateng se chaung pang bi haina chu ima luk mayam anul gi chingmi singa sila mioi singa sina yamna thagat pa phongdok jari.
On the occasion of the 44th Raising Day of the Red Army of Pripak Pro, the outfit's chairman L. Paliba paid glowing tribute to all the martyrs who had sacrificed their lives in the course of liberation movement. He also extended greetings and good wishes to all the fraternal revolutionary organizations. Through a press release, El Paliba also expressed deepest sympathy for those families who have lost their loved ones during the pandemic and appreciated the Corona warriors for rendering their noble service to the people in the fight against the pandemic. The Pripak Pro chief expressed doubtful that the government of India has hidden political agenda in taking keen interest in border skirmishes. Even though the coronavirus pandemic is now the common enemy of humankind, the boundary of Kangleipak was inherited from the progenitors, and that India must know that even the British had respected it, he said. The national flag was flown at half-mast in Delhi and capitals of all states and Union territories as a mark of respect to Cabinet Minister Ram Vilas Paswan, who passed away yesterday. The Union Ministry of Home Affairs MHA issued a notification in this regard yesterday after the minister died at a hospital in New Delhi, saying that the flag would be flown at half-mast on the day and at the place where his funeral takes place. MHA said state funeral will be accorded to Paswan, founder of Lok Janshakti Party LJP and one of the most noted Dalit leaders of the country. Paswan passed away at the age of 74 after undergoing a heart surgery a few days ago. He had been in active politics for more than 5 decades. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah were among the many politicians who tweeted their condolences to the departed leader's family. Once again, a short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Amang sang luraba matung natraga saramdai thaklamdai da sapon sizinaduna khut sengna handokpigadabani khuzin tena nana thambigadabani. ꯑꯐꯕ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯄꯤꯊꯛꯄꯤꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯆꯥꯅꯕ ꯄꯣꯠꯂꯝꯁꯤꯡ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯀꯨꯞꯇꯨꯅ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯌꯨꯝꯒꯤ ꯑꯀꯣꯏꯕ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯑꯃꯥꯡꯁꯪ ꯂꯨꯅ ꯅꯥꯟꯅ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯆꯍꯤ 5 ꯐꯥꯎꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡꯁꯤꯡꯕꯨ ORS, ꯖꯤꯡ ꯇꯦꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯠ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯃꯆꯜ ꯁꯨꯕ ꯆꯤꯟꯖꯥꯛꯁꯤꯡ ꯐꯖꯅ ꯄꯤꯖꯕꯤꯗꯨꯅ ꯗꯥꯏꯔꯤꯌꯥꯗꯒꯤ ꯉꯥꯛꯊꯣꯛꯃꯤꯟꯅꯔꯁꯤ
ꯏꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇꯕ ꯑꯋꯥꯕ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯇ 100% ꯐꯍꯟꯕ ꯉꯝꯕ ꯕꯥꯕꯥ ꯑꯐꯖꯥꯜ ꯁꯥꯍꯥ ꯑꯅꯥ ꯂꯥꯏꯌꯣꯡ ꯈꯪꯗꯕ ꯍꯤꯗꯥꯛꯅ ꯐꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯕ ꯀꯅꯥꯒꯨꯝꯕꯅ ꯄꯤꯖ ꯄꯤꯊꯛ ꯇꯧꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯖꯤꯟꯈꯤꯕ ꯂꯣꯟꯅꯕ ꯌꯦꯛꯅꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯉꯥꯛꯊꯣꯛꯅꯕ ꯃꯅꯦꯝ ꯃꯃꯧ ꯌꯥꯅꯗꯕ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯕ ꯍꯟꯖꯟꯍꯟꯕ ꯌꯨꯝꯕꯥꯟ ꯄꯨꯟꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯌꯦꯠ ꯑꯄꯟ ꯂꯩꯇꯅꯕ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯌꯥꯎꯗꯕ ꯌꯥꯎꯅꯕ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯃꯣꯗꯦꯂꯤꯡ ꯐꯤल्मꯗ ꯃꯥꯏ ꯄꯥꯛꯅꯕ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛ ꯑꯃꯨꯛꯇꯪ ꯇꯥꯟꯅꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇꯕ ꯑꯋꯥꯕ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛ ꯀꯣꯛꯅꯕ ꯉꯁꯤꯃꯛ ꯀꯣꯜ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯛꯎ ꯕꯥꯕꯥ ꯑꯐꯖꯥꯜ ꯁꯥꯍꯥ ꯀꯣꯟꯇꯦꯛ ꯅꯝꯕꯔ 703-796-1167 ꯌꯨꯔꯣꯞꯇ ꯏꯟꯖꯤꯅꯤꯌꯔꯤꯡ ꯃꯦꯅꯦꯖꯃꯦꯟꯠ PhD ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯖꯦꯅꯔꯦꯜ ꯀꯣꯔꯁ ꯇꯝꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯃꯍꯩꯔꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯣꯂꯔꯁꯤꯞ 100% ꯐꯪꯕꯗ ꯅꯠꯇꯅ ꯁꯥꯏꯐꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ 4.2 ꯂꯥꯛ ꯐꯪꯕꯒꯤ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯆꯥꯕ ꯂꯩꯔꯕ ꯃꯍꯩ ꯇꯝꯐꯝꯁꯤꯡꯅꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯐꯣꯔꯦꯟ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛꯁꯤꯡꯗ MBBS, MD ꯀꯣꯔꯁꯅꯆꯤꯡꯕ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯑꯃꯁꯨ ꯇꯝꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯦꯖꯨꯀꯦꯁꯟ ꯂꯣꯟꯒꯤ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯆꯥꯕꯁꯨ ꯄꯤꯖꯔꯤ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯑꯀꯨꯞꯄ ꯃꯔꯣꯜꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛ ꯀꯣꯟꯇꯦꯛ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯛꯎ Forthwith Global Consulting Private Limited, North AOC, Kekrupat, Imphal. Contact number 6909-374-625.
Admission open for Naurem Birahari College, permanently affiliated to Manipur University and included under UGC Act 1956. Free admission for tourism and hospitality management and various other diploma to degree courses and training programs. And also special classes on Indian stock market for those who want to invest or day trade. Classes for beginners to intermediate and intermediate to advanced level. For details, please contact or WhatsApp 700-509-7748 or visit our website www.nbcollege.ac.in.
Ma, kaidorage pairaga leiramisna.
Ho hospital da chatlubane haksang si khara nungaitedana OPT ga amata sangal hogde ni na marol ama siliba nokpa sina karimta kanadi phola sida ungdun adum leidi sini magi phola se thugai khibada soiro
adugi oire
mobile paraga kanabadi amta lawre siangange so sita khunda thamu ko
yamna tangai phadaba natradi yumdagi adum phone da doctor ga wari sanaraga tanaba yare ima
kamaina se nang suyango ahambada isanjibini OPD application se Google Play Store dagi download tawrani adagi registration sida namaga mobile number hapsilaga verify tawrani adagi anabagi maming matha hapani adagi doctor asangba amaga adum saksa unaraga wari sanaba yare yam phaina dudia se
Ima kai nungaitaba leibage haibiyu
Ibungo doctor Imagi kokse ngauri tawi saning thakning basu kaya phaude
adom smartphone da e-sanjeevani OPD application download tawbiduna natraga computer tablet sijinaduna e-sanjeevani-opd.in da sangbiduna isagi yumda komna amadi lemna laying bayabagi khudongchabasi lawbiu.
Welcome back. Mizoram today reported 7 new COVID-19 cases, taking the state's tally to 2,157. All the new patients are out of danger and as they are asymptomatic. At present, there are 220 active cases, while 1,937 people have already recovered from the disease. The recovery rate is 89.80%. Mizoram has not reported any fatality due to COVID-19. Altogether, 85,701 samples have been tested till last evening. Sikkim to issue travel cards for tourists coming to the state following the tourism unlock from October 10. Previously, the state had opted for a compulsory COVID-19 negative certificate, either issued by the ICMR or a valid certificate of RT-PCR testing. But it has now been dropped and made official as interstate movement is allowed since October 1. Media reports say that the travel card can be obtained from Sikkim Tourism's web portal sikkimtourism.gov.in. North Koreans wearing medical masks have gathered in the capital of Pyongyang, state media reported this week, ahead of what is expected to be a big military parade tomorrow, possibly featuring the country's latest ballistic missiles. A media report said the holiday marks the 75th anniversary of the founding of the ruling Workers' Party of Korea, and events include art and industry exhibitions, a light show, visits to monuments, and ceremonies to mark the completion of construction projects. Officials in South Korea and the United States say that North Korea could use the parade to show off a new intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM). Unification Minister Lee In-yong told lawmakers that displaying a new missile could be a low-intensity demonstration of force ahead of the U.S. presidential election that would be less provocative than a launch or nuclear test, added the report. In a recent development, China has joined the COVAX vaccine alliance being spearheaded by the World Health Organization (WHO) after initially being unwilling to join the program. According to media reports, China has 3 coronavirus vaccine candidates in the global race for a successful antidote. Over 150 COVID-19 vaccine candidates are in the race at present. Meanwhile, Moderna, one of the front runners in the coronavirus vaccine race, has said it will not enforce patent on the vaccine during the pandemic. China has joined WHO-led global coronavirus vaccine program COVAX, said the country's foreign ministry today. With the announcement, China became the biggest economy to join the initiative, which aims to supply 2 billion COVID-19 vaccine doses among the member countries. China's move also comes at a time when it is also holding separate talks with WHO to have its locally produced coronavirus vaccines assessed for international use. China's Wuhan was the first place in the world where coronavirus cases were reported in late 2019, which then spread across the world, turning into a global pandemic. Now we have the local newspaper headlines. The Shanghai Express, death toll climbs to 83, DGP test positive. Imphal West villages protest tagging Kangpokpi to NSU. Atsum KSO condemn retaliation. Pre-Pak likens India to Soviet Union. KSO, KIM agree to call off ban. The People's Chronicle, State Police Chief test positive, 3 more die. Local cases reach 7,796, 22 new cases at Kongpal Chingangbom Lekai. 3 test positive, Ukhrul SP's quarter seal. 78,000 new cases take India's tally past 68 lakh. Curfew clam in Harauthel, bodies condemn retaliation. Renaming of NSU sparks protest. Imphal Free Press, NSU row locals block Imphal Dimapur Highway, CRPC 144 imposed at Harauthel. Atsum KSO condemn mob retaliation. Developing government schools will be my priority rather than transferring teachers, says Razan. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. Nagaland calls for crucial meet on Naga peace talks on October 15. Consultative interaction on framework agreement underway. India's COVID-19 case tally rises to 69.06 lakh, death toll at 1.06 lakh. And CEO PK Singh chairs all-party meeting ahead of November 7 by polls. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us. Good day ahead.